We have results season coming our way. Hindustan Construction Company is one that announced results just a little while ago. Pravin Sood joins us, the CFO of the company, joins us with more. Mr. Sood, if you can first take us through your results. It's been a fairly muted performance.
Yeah, before I take up the results, I would like to inform you that we have got a major order backlog increase, which is now 16,400 crores, almost 64% up from the last year's period. And as far as turnover is concerned, we are again just 13% up and at 3,500 crores 18. And operating profit has increased by almost 17% from 366 crores to 431 crores. And EBITDA, which is basically a factor which decides the productivity of the construction companies, is up to 13% as against 11.9% last year. Profit before tax is also up by 5.5% to rupees 164 crores as against 156, and profit after tax is up to 125 crores as against 109 crores last year.
These are full year numbers you're giving me, Mr. Sood, I believe. What is your numbers for the fourth quarter in terms of your PAT? Our estimates pegged it at 32 crores, and even on your net sales, if you could share with us your top line number?
Yeah, for the quarter, we have a small dip in the turnover, which is just down by 2%, but we have increased our margin substantially to almost 14.8%, and so the margin, which was operating margin, is at 150 crores as against 131 crores, and the profit before tax is also up at 79 crores as against 48 crores, and profit after tax is at about 51 crores as against 26 crores in the previous year.
Mr. Sood, if you could help us, I believe you have an outstanding FCCB of about $96 million. Have you adopted AS Schedule 11 this time, or have you gone with the AS 11 norms? Because that's an important perspective. And what, in terms of your forex losses, have you booked this quarter?
We have strictly followed the revised AS 11 guidelines, which become operational somewhere in the last week of March, and we have followed the entire practices. So what we have done is, whatever profits we have made in the forex profit which we have made in the previous year, and whatever losses we have made in this year, we have either capitalized or create a reserve called the forex exchange monetary reserves, and we have done exactly as per the what you call the AS 11 revised guidelines.
Well, before we go into your outlook for the current year, Mr. Sood, if you can tell us what is exactly the status of the Bandra Worli ceiling project. It was supposed to be operational in June, and then we hear that there are problems between the consultant and the subcontractors, and today one of the papers even reported that it could get postponed to next year. What is the status?
Frankly, from our side, we would like to do it as early as possible, and I think we are all geared up to do it maybe the earlier promised date, which is somewhere around before the June ending. And we are still trying to resolve all the issues to make sure that it happens on time, because we also feel that it's our obligation to deliver this project on time, maybe somewhere around June. But we need cooperation from the other operating agencies in the bridge. So hopefully, I think everything will settle. We are talking to the right places. We are making all efforts to ensure that it happens on time. And I think if everything goes well, I think we should have the bridge ready by maybe June.
What is the percentage chance that it will happen or it will open in June?
It's very difficult, it's almost like entering into the field of gambling, and because there are so many parties involved, and I can't take guarantee on behalf of other parties whether they will cooperate or not.
Can you enlighten us as to the nature of the problems you are facing to start the ceiling?
There are many problems. Like consultants, we have been asked to give 10-year guarantees on certain things and all that. So there are many issues which are, small issues, and some major issues which is not as per the contract. So obviously, as long as all these issues get resolved and all that, it's very difficult to, complete
we
the
also
project.
Hear that the MSR...
We are ready with the project, in fact.
Go ahead, sir. We also hear that the MSRDC has made some delays in payments, in your monthly payments. Has that been an issue? And can you enlighten us on what the latest developments are?
This is one of the issues. This has been one of the issues, that payments has been delayed, monthly payment has been delayed.
How are you looking to resolve it, and what are the key issues there? If you could elaborate.
Obviously, as I told you, we wanted to finish this project on time and all. The HCC has a history of putting projects on time, and so obviously we like to do it as on time. But there are some constraints which we are trying to resolve, and as I told you, we are meeting the people at various levels to resolve the issues.
You spoke about your order book. Can you repeat it? What is the kind of order book you booked in the fourth quarter?
In this fourth quarter, we have the major order which has come is called Kishan Ganga, which is a NHPC project, which is an EPC contract for putting up a power project in Kishan Ganga, which is in the Jammu and Kashmir. It's about 3,000 crore rupees worth of EPC contract for generation of power. Along with that, we have also received some projects in the areas of the road, which is one of the BOT roads, and also some in the area of water. If you look at the for entire year, we have received orders worth about 9,000 crores in the entire full year, which made sure that we have order book of almost 16,400 crores, which is almost now 5 times of my turnover which we have clocked this year. So it gives basically visibility of the good growth on the margins, a good growth in the turnover for the next few years.
Mr. Sood, we're actually running out of time. If you could update us on 3 issues really quickly. A, what are your Lavasa sales over the past 3 months? B, your current debt equity ratio and where you see interest costs going. And C, I believe at your board meeting you were going to take some decision on long-term funding. What has been the outcome of that on these 3 issues primarily?
Yeah, let me first tell you about the Lavasa. Lavasa, after a long time, I think people have been wanting to listen how Lavasa will fare. And the first time we have recognized the revenues from the Lavasa, and Lavasa has declared a turnover of almost 212 crore and a very good profit of 64%, which is 123 crore worth of net profit which they have declared. And the results have been adopted last Monday's board meeting. So Lavasa has been done well, and I think it has sold total properties worth about 800 crores so far, and out of which revenue we are recognized on a percentage completion basis. So 212 crore worth of revenue has been recognized on this. Now coming to the second part regarding this debt equity ratio, we have been trying to control the debt equity ratio for the past 1 year. Entire year has been basically focusing on the productivity. This time we have some setbacks because some of the projects normally we have to expedite and put more equity. So debt equity currently stands at about around 2.1. We have got debt of roughly about 2,300 crores, or as against equity of a net worth of almost close to about 1,050 crores. So we have got almost 2.1 debt equity ratio.
And finally on the funding?
Interest cost has gone up significantly this year. Interest cost has gone up significantly because interest costs were raising. But we are trying to work out some reasons to bring the interest cost down. And as for the last question which you raised about the raising of fresh funds, I think board has taken the board has discussed the matter in detail, and I think what we have done is that we have appointed one committee to go into details of various kinds of fundraising options, and then come back to board again and decide which option we want to take, because right now market looks volatile, and I think we want to wait for some time before and go for the optimum solution before we decide on something.
Okay, Mr. Sood, do appreciate you joining us today. Thank you very much for joining us.